Hi, my name is Hunter William Bailey, the retirement refugee. Refugee means a couple different things. One, you're running your business, you don't want to quit, you don't want to leave that business, you don't have time to do your chores at home. A retirement refugee also means I am retired and I want to squeeze every dollar I can out of what I'm earning each month because I might live a long time. How do I plan this out? So let's take a look at some concepts. Let's share with you a little bit of information that you're going to need living in the country. If you leave the city to move to the country for your retirement and you want to live peacefully and calmly and enjoy your life, that's great. But there are some chores to do. Not like living in a condominium or some planned community where somebody else comes out and mows your lawn. Today, we're mowing the lawn. So when we look at the lawn, this is a property I bought 25 years ago. Trees fell down this year, so I had to have somebody cut up all the trees. A friend of mine did it, but it could cost you $1,000. Those trees are not guaranteed to stand up. There's the old beat up house I bought years ago for $150,000. It's probably worth $750, $850 today, but I would never sell it. This is the grass area that I had to mow today in order to keep it from being a fire risk. My homeowner's insurance went from $870 a year covering fire protection to now it's about $5,000 a year because other places have had fire problems. So we all have to pay a higher insurance. Now this is the property down below that I've spent years clearing the berry bushes from. You'll see a river goes right through, a nice little stream. This is in a town called Newcastle near Sacramento, California. Go figure, but it was amazing when I first saw it, but there's a lot of work to do. You'll notice down there, I do a little bit of mowing, and then I have to mow again and again and again and get it lower because this area here will have grass about 4 or 5 feet tall. It'll dry out and then we've got a major problem and the insurance company will come out and threaten to drop my insurance. Okay, so how did I cut all this stuff? Now, we all know how to mow the lawn. That's obvious, right? But when you get out in the country, it's really good because most of this property's on a hill. So I just bought a new Toro lawnmower. I'm sure there's others that do a great job, but I've always had their products. This is a 163cc, a bigger motor than most because it's self-propelled and I need to have it help me pull me up the hill. Not guaranteed, but the back wheels spin and help me up the hill, which is hard. I wish it was a front wheels going up the hill because that would be better leverage, but it's the back wheels. Now the really cool thing about lawnmowers like this, I don't know if it's the only one, but not only do they have this bar that you have to pull and then you can start the motor, it's a safety release, but as I'm going, if I push this little mechanism forward, it tells the wheels to turn, obviously the motor and the wheels, the gears, and as I push forward, because I can barely get up the hill, it does more of the motion to do self-propel and pull me up the hill. So that's fantastic. And this particular one has a fair amount of gas storage in it. It's really great. But I'm not endorsing this particular mower. I don't have any relationship to the people that build this. I'm just saying that this is one that I just bought and it works for me. I would encourage you, though, when you move to the country, if you are coming out at an older age, that you see your doctor, get a full physical, make sure that the doctor says that you can do this kind of strenuous work. I wouldn't want anybody to have a heart attack or any other illnesses that could cause your stay to be shortened. Make sure that you have a medical release. You've been exercising prior to just coming out here because you'll work a lot harder and not know it. And you'll be going like crazy. And if you get dehydrated or you have other straining problems with your heart or anything else, make sure you see the doctor and things. I wear headphones when I'm out here listening to the music, but you got to be careful because you don't want to run over. I rescued a big alligator lizard yesterday. I could come near a rattlesnake and I wouldn't hear it. So you got to be very, very careful. So do all the safety measures. Go to YouTube or any other areas. This particular company, I'm sure, has a YouTube video on safety. It's very dangerous to be going up the hills or running over rocks, and there's all kinds of injuries that can occur. I'm not advising you on how to run a lawnmower. I'm just saying that if you move to the country, I would recommend getting a newer one that has safer safety mechanisms and go from there. So how do you do all this when you've got all these responsibilities? I mean, I have to mow every year. I have to do weeding. Look at the weeds over there. that's all going to have to be done on the up and the down of the hill. So all this weeding and all this stuff. What I do is let people stay in the property for free for so many hours of work, and I'm getting 4 or 5 hours of work per week from each guest that stays here. They get to live in the country. It's really cool for them, and I get a lot of the chores done. So I live in one part of the house, they live in the other, and we trade. Instead of cash rent, they do chores on the property, lift the heavy stuff, and watch out for the types of things like lifting those logs over there and pull my back out. So I like to share my property with other people that are willing to do the work, and everybody wins at that point. So if you have family members, people that you can trust, it's a concept, but be careful with everything. So my name is Hunter William Bailey. The concept is retirement refugee, and this particular video is if you come out in the country, what are you going to do and what kind of work you're going to do. Make sure that you find out everything that's required before you go to the country, because you might find you're overwhelmed, you're not mowing enough, you're not doing the fire abatement enough, and you don't cut the trees to make sure they don't fall on your house. There's a lot of problems. But these things are also something to do, and it's a lot of fun to have those types of chores to do and to keep an eye on the property. You just have to come up with ways to find people to help you, and it's an added cost. Or like I said, if you had a family member that you trusted, he or she could live on the property and for 5 or 8 hours a week do the chores that maybe are too much for you to do. So I'm enjoying the heck out of it. Retirement refugee, what's that mean? Well, you're planning to retire, or you're in retirement and you're trying to survive. Coming up with ideas of making money or getting help on your property, either with like an Airbnb or renting rooms out, or just having people stay for free that work on the property. That's one concept. I'm a retirement refugee who refuses to retire. I run a business in finance, and I love it. I have a lot of fun. My younger son's coming into the business, and so I plan to keep doing it as long as I can. But I need to have a succession plan just in case I get burned out medically or emotionally, or I drop dead one day. You need to plan that out. So retirement refugee, whether you want to keep doing it for the rest of your life till the day you drop, or you're fully retired and you just are looking for something to do and better ways to do it, or you're retired and worried that you might not make the cash flow net each month, we'll give you some ideas about that. So my name is Hunter William Bailey. If you want to look at the financial planning side, I can't discuss it here. I have to go through our compliance department, but you can look up my most recent book for free, hunterwilliambailey.com. It's called Active Retirement Investing, and that covers all the boring financial stuff. But if you do your own investing, or you want to check on your current advisor, it's all in that book for free download, hunterwilliambailey.com. Regardless, mowing, mowing, or managing your investments. Either way, let's do this together and have a good ride. So, Hunter William Bailey, retirement refugee, have a great day and a great rest of your life. Take care.